Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. On the Serious Strategy Game, and we are returning to Command Modern Operations, where we're seeing how a war between Ukraine and Russia would play out if NATO does get involved. So we have learned a couple of things so far, one of them being that the Russians can very much attack NATO countries with their Iskander missiles, and they have been doing that fairly aggressively and taken out a couple of our radar installations in particular. They are also trying to attack us with these vampires here. These are basically cruise missiles, so sort of low-flying missiles instead of the ballistic flying ones that are going high into the air and then plunging down. We've been fairly successful at intercepting these cruise missiles, but not so much everything else. So, bit of a mixed bag. We've also taken out a couple of their ships here, but not fully. Most of them are a little bit damaged, because we're using Maverick missiles, which are just a little bit too small to really be effective here. So that being said, let's see what we can do. We are seeing a lot of air activity over the Baltic Sea here off the coast of the Crimea Peninsula. We're also seeing a lot of the Russian planes now withdrawing from Ukraine after they have pounded the Ukrainian positions. So let's see how good that is going to go. I think these guys here, these Eagle Strike Group, you know what? We can ask you guys to... Oh, that's interesting. How's your fuel situation so weird? And where are you actually based? I think you're actually based somewhere down here, right? So that's 200 miles. You know what? Can I ask you to return to base? Just return to base immediately. You're trying to refuel. I don't want you to refuel. I think you should be fine. If that indication here is correct, you have 800 miles that you can do. So, you know what? We're going to ask you guys to not refuel. There we go. Return to base as ordered. Yeah, I think you should be fine. So let's have you do that. You're flying pretty low. I think what we'd like to do here is actually get rid of the manual override here. So I think you can actually go back to a high altitude, which should be pretty much fine. And yeah, let's also get you to cruise speed, because then I think you're going to be a little bit better off. Right, so let's try this time around to attack these guys down here. We have sent out quite a couple of our planes that have been doing that so far. You guys are trying to dive low because there are a couple of surface-to-air missiles that were being launched from over here. But that's basically it. Well, I think we also have these flights here, right? So what are you? You guys should be F-15s. We've got a group of 4 and we've got a group of 2. With this many planes still around, I think I'm going to take the group of 4 here and we're going to send them due east, basically, and try to attack them there. You know what? You guys can also come a little bit more like that. Keep a little bit more of a distance towards this guy. You guys are going to try to attack him. That should be working out fantastically fine. Right, let's see. There's still a lot of missiles in the air here too. You can see these vampire missiles, which are presumably coming for this guy. Did we just hear a launch from some aircraft? I don't think I launched anything, so let's see. Yeah, might just be some of the automatic missions that are running in the background. So nothing too concerning there. No, these are missiles. I'm not sure where these missiles are being launched. Oh, from up over here. Okay, so our destroyer here, the Ola Berkey class, is launching at these Su-30s. So that's good. Yeah, let's try to attack them there if we can. We have a lot more missiles being homing in on certain targets over here. Not sure whether that's all going to work out, but at least it would be mighty nice if we could. Especially the Su-30s would be great to destroy, because these guys are definitively pretty dangerous. Not sure what that warning sound was just. Okay, there are further hostile aircraft up over here. And we've got vampires being launched. Now, where could these guys be going? I'm very much thinking that they are trying to attack the the Ukrainian ships here. We'll need to see. Okay, missiles coming over there. We are also sending missiles towards this ship here, which is fine. And I would like to see 4 of them being launched. Right now it's only 3 missiles. There we go, that's the 4th missile. Great. We could turn around. We could also try to strafe it, but honestly, I think just turning around would be fantastic. Okay, you guys are returning to base. That's all right. Let's do that. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to be attacked from the anti-air installations because, as we've also seen, the Russians have immensely good anti-air, which has been pestering us fairly significantly. So yeah, there's that. We also see more mobile stuff over here. So these are ground forces of the Russians. I would like to intercept them, but we really don't have air superiority there for the moment. So we do need to send a lot more planes there. That was an aircraft being launched, and I think it's down here. Bronze. What are you guys? Ah, these are the harm missiles. Okay, yeah, I did ask you guys to come up here. Let's send them over there. Send me with bronze 8. And these guys are anti-radiation missiles, so hopefully they are going to be able to attack some of the Russian aircraft there. Right, what's going on over here? So we've got these Su-30s. We've also got a lot of missiles suddenly being launched from this area here, from these ships. That's going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll see whether we can do anything about that. You guys are returning to base, that's fine. We've also got these Su-30s. I'm guessing that you're probably going to attack these guys here sooner rather than later. You're running on a fairly low altitude, but I think that's okay. And I think your base is somewhere down here, so you know what, we can actually disable the waypoint here and just have you come back like that. You guys are hopefully going to be alright in attacking these aircraft here, so let's try to do that first. We're going to assign a single missile towards each of these targets here from different planes. The reason for that is that I want these planes to be as light as possible so that they're not burning as much fuel. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of missiles being launched from over here. I don't know where they're going yet. But they're certainly going somewhere. These vampires here are, I think, going towards our NATO ships down there. Let's see whether we can do anything about that. Good. Okay, you guys are coming up here. You're going to be able to attack them at some point. Missiles impacting this ship there, that's great. And you are suffering heavy damage. You're still making some speed. These guys down here are still making some speed. So that, I presume, is alright, but we're also going to attack these two targets here. Basically 2 missiles from each of these aircraft. And I actually need you to be a little bit lower, I think. Yeah, you do have a lot of fuel that's coming on a sort of very low altitude. Maybe we can avoid being targeted from these air bases here too. There's another ballistic missile being launched towards Turkey. Here, we'll need to keep an eye on that. We can't really do much about them, and they are very difficult to intercept. Interestingly enough, our ships do have one of the best abilities to actually do something about that. But our ships are going to come under attack by all of these missiles here fairly soon, and I want to kind of avoid that being too much of a problem. Why are you guys not launching? I think you need a better target solution, because basically you don't have your own radar installations. Yeah. So you do have your radar, but you don't have it on. So let's turn it on, and then I think we should see them launching. Yeah, there we go. There's the first missile, and the second one should be following fairly soon. Let's keep an eye on Ukraine itself. Yeah, not much happening here for now. You guys are all returning, that's okay. Can I actually ask you to go on cruise speed? Because I'm a little bit worried about the... No, you know what? The range here is absolutely fine. The range is absolutely fine. Now that you're on high altitude, you should be doing okay. That means we have not really enough planes coming over Ukraine, I think. So what do we have? We've got these Gripens. That's 3 planes, but they're going to have very little staying power. And we've got this group of 4... Another group of 2. Okay, so 6 F-15s. That's going to be alright for now, but it's going to be a while, I think. You guys are retreating. You guys are coming over there, but why are you guys sort of on a perpendicular course here? Don't see any surface-to-air missiles being launched at you. There's the ballistic missile. Apparently there are... No, okay, so these are... Where are you guys actually coming from? Let's briefly check on that. So that's an Aegis shore installation up here. And you've got these rim missiles, which have an enormous range. But yeah, NATO has so few of these. But they are very, very important. Okay, there's the first missile being targeted at us. Good thing is, of course, these guys are using their fire control radar. You're engaged offensive and yet you're running this weird perpendicular course. I don't understand why you're doing that. But that missile should lose its target lock because these guys are turning away now. I'm debating whether we should be sending in more missiles. I'm pretty sure, though, that we should be sending more missiles towards these targets here. So let's continue to allocate missiles towards these guys. And again, I'm going to use that sort of across all of our planes so that they're burning fuel sort of on the same rate instead of having one really light empty plane and then all of the other planes being super heavy and running out of fuel fairly soon. Why not targeting these things? They're flying extremely low, 60 feet, that's really, really low. Okay, this guy dodged the missile being targeted at him, but there's going to be another missile coming towards him soon. So that's fine. Also, these guys are now being engaged. Not so worried about the fences, but everything else is a little bit more worrisome. Let's briefly check on how things are going over here. We've got these root rams. You guys are returning to base. Yeah. Didn't we have some planes left that were over here? Well, you guys, you know what? You do have sidewinders, but you don't have any fuel. But yeah, you guys are coming to take over. These guys are so fast, too. They're going to be very difficult to intercept, actually, for us. I'm not too sure that we're going to be successful in doing that. I think we're going to lose some shipping over here. These are too many missiles that are too fast and going to be too difficult to take out, I think. Situation up here looks alright-ish. We've got the area surveillance. You guys are coming in with the anti-radiation missiles. Let's send one of you sort of on this trajectory. You guys have changed course a little bit too. And you're coming finally over here. That's okay-ish. But I'm kind of worried about the amount of planes that we are seeing over here. We might have to divert more of these groups. We've got another F-35 down here. And honestly, at this point, I think we're going to launch also one of our F-22s. Which I, as you will probably know, like very much. Okay, we did shoot down the ballistic missile there. That's a good success. But I'm still very worried about these cruise missiles. And about the entire air battle over here. This entire air battle is not going fantastically fine. You can see we are finally launching some missiles at this target. I think they are targeting the Romanian ship here, the Regale Ferdinand. Old Type 22 from, I think, the UK. Okay, these missiles down here, finally making their approach to the SU-30s. But the SU-30s are so maneuverable that it's very hard to actually shoot them down. We're still only launching one missile here at a time. Okay, we did shoot down some missiles there, that's nice. You guys should soon be launching as well. You guys are just returning home, you guys are returning home. All of that's fine, you know what, we can actually... And I say that as I say everything is fine, but evidently this ballistic missile here we did not manage to intercept. Yeah, still, let's go to ×2 speed. Okay, finally one of the SU-30s destroyed over there. That's good, but these are just the SU-24s. We don't need to target these with priority at least. We are targeting some of them, apparently. But what I would really like to do is take out the surveillance aircraft. So, not the Su-24M, but the Su-20MR. Sorry, MP. Jesus, this is difficult. The MR is a recon aircraft. Okay, yeah, no, I would like to take you out. You are actually pretty high priority. Whoa, sorry about the background noise there. Right, come on. Yeah, these are C-30s. Jesus, they're difficult to... Sorry about the noise there. They are fairly difficult to get a hold of. Right, yeah, you're outside of the ball limits, but that's because you're not turning the way I intended you to turn, which would very much be this direction. Engage offensive, but you're really not. Okay, anything else here happening that I really should be worried about? So there's only one unit lost. Damage. Yeah, of course we know that this unit that we lost is also damaged. Did see the impacts there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a lot of things to keep track of. But anyway, these guys here at least are being targeted, so that's nice. This air battle not really going according to plan, and we're seeing more missiles here. Vampire being launched. I don't know where exactly. Difficult to see. Oh, yeah. Jesus, what's going on over here? Oh, we did spot these way too late. Way too late. This is bad. This is pretty bad. You guys need to lag it. Let's have you turn around, try to fly really low. And what we're also going to do is, I don't know if you can actually do that, but let's lay some shaft so that maybe we manage to divert these guys. Otherwise, these F-15s are going to be in a lot of trouble. And you can see, this is more than 100 miles away from the Crimea Peninsula, and still, this is an entirely non-fly zone, basically, for us. We need to have a lot. We need to keep a lot of distance to Crimea. To the Crimean Peninsula. That's bad. That's really kind of bad. Also, they've got MiG-35s, MiG-31s there. Okay, at least these intercepts here seem to be going relatively well, I want to say. But yeah, let's keep an eye on the situation up here. This is the most immediate problem that we have at this point. Okay, this is not going great either because that guy has just launched missiles at us. Problem is that these guys are really not flying in the direction that I want them to fly, so... I'm not sure what you're launching at, but fine. We're not seeing these missiles, that doesn't mean that they're not there. So, the Ukrainians are starting to get panicked. The command of the army is calling NATO HQ at Shape to request assistance. The liaison staff say that we will request immediate airstrikes on Russian forces and NATO troops to be committed to defend his country. Our current ARE doesn't allow strikes on land targets except for infrastructure in the Crimea, nor do we have the resources to help. We have the authority to provide air defense coverage over Ukraine proper, but unless something changes, their ground forces are on their own. Things are getting dicey. What are your orders, sir? Yeah, well... that's pretty much exactly what is happening. So... oh dear. Yeah, and they lost a ship here. So... indeed, I think our best shot that we have got over here. And let's get you back to cruise speed. Even though you should be getting... still going on low altitude there. How are our Gripens doing? Okay, you guys are providing refueling for them. That's fine. Probably I should grab the other group. Come on. Okay, there we go. You guys have not refueled yet. Okay, so you're still doing that. You guys all coming up as well. That's okay. Things over here are alright-ish. That flight here is actually returning to base. Maybe don't exactly fly over these enemy ships. We don't specifically need you to do that. These guys are fighting back. They have got their fire control radars on. So that's interesting to keep in mind. Yeah, but what really needs to happen is that Ah, I see. Okay, we're now sending anti-air missiles from our ship against this Su-30, which isn't great because that does mean that we are going to have pretty long flight time, and that probably means that these guys are going to be able to attack us before we're going to be able to attack them. So, yeah, not great. We're also starting to rapidly run out of missiles here, which is, I think, one of the interesting points about modern air warfare, that this is so much about surface-to-air missiles somewhere over here. Oh yeah, they're launching missiles at our Mavericks that are incoming. It's a bit of a waste for them, really, because these Mavericks are just like 100 kilos or so, or 50. I don't remember, but it's a light missile. So launching missiles at a light missile, I think, is a little bit silly. Okay, at least missiles are coming there. These fences are also being targeted, even though that's not our high priority. We've got these guided weapons here. Now that's interesting. I was presuming that they would be going for the enemy ship, and they just might be doing that. But there's also the Odessa naval base up here, which might be another target that should be kept in mind. There's also surface-to-air missile being launched over here, and various vampires that are presumably coming in against our shipping. Guided missiles here. These guys are all anti-shipping things, but this surface-to-air missile here, that's concerning because I'm not sure where that is going exactly. Could be coming in against these Eagles. Let's take a little bit of a detour here. I do want to provide air cover towards the Ukrainians, but it's been so difficult doing that. Even our own fights down here don't seem to be going too well. Come on, we need to target the Su-35, otherwise you're going to be in big trouble there. Yeah, more missiles targeting our ships, evidently. Prepare to perform autosave, that's not a good sign, but let's see. Okay, our air things are being targeted. I think we did not get any damage in on these guys. That's alright though. Oh, no, that's not alright, because evidently they're sending in more anti-air missiles. There's more vampires. I don't think they're going to be targeting these guys. These missiles are coming in towards the last plane in our group there. Not good. Well, at least a good number of missiles coming in towards these guys. That's nice. Hopefully this guy's going to survive that. He did. Good. Right, and let's try to get you out of here, please. Let's try to get away from these targets. Right, and then let's see how things are going to go up here. Pretty good, pretty good. And we did manage to shoot down one of these planes there. That's nice. What's your range, guys? How can you be targeting so far away? Well, these are... They are building nice ships. You got to give them that. Right, so what are you carrying? These are Geckos, range of 8 miles. And these are anti-shipping things, so they can't target us. So 8 miles is your range. How far away from them are we? 11. They are targeting this plane here in the rear. Okay, so really I want to find out 7 miles. You're probably going to be engaged defensively again, but I think that might still make more sense than trying to run away. Okay, did shoot down another plane there. That's nice, although we're wasting some missiles now. But I'm going to be happy to waste some missiles if that does mean that we can, in fact, bring down some of these guys. What's that? That's also an anti-air missile. Oh, it was probably launched by this guy, and it's coming towards these Su-24s there. That's alright, I suppose, at least. Okay, one of our Falcons has been destroyed. Yeah, unfortunate, but that does mean you can now return to base. Okay, these guys here in the north are a little bit of a tougher nut to crack, but at least these guys down here were destroyed very handily, so I'm happy about that. I think we can bring these guys in a little bit forward. This is our offensive stuff, so they should be reducing their radar signatures and such, or radar capabilities. Yeah, the MO and the MP here, these are good targets. But we're very far away from being able to launch against them. Okay, let's bring the Raptors forward. Also, the Raptors, I do want to change their doctrine because they shouldn't just target anything. I want you to target only specific things that I tell you to target. So high value targets is what we're looking for here. Okay, unfortunately these anti-air missiles here are running blind. Basically because we've lost radar contact with this guy down here. Guys, I want you to very much target this one. He's one of our most important targets. And I'm shocked to discover that you basically have launched all of your missiles. Is that true? Yeah, you've got a single missile left. Just see how quickly we're burning through that. It's amazing. Yeah, you can basically return to base already. Okay, we do need to bring in forward more air groups. We need to get more guys in the air. But I don't think we have that many options to actually do that. I don't think we've got much in Greece. Well, I say that, but there are at least a couple of F-16s here. You know what? You've got the AIM-120C variant only, but you've got 4 of them. So, you know what? Let's launch this group as a group of 4. What's your range on these spice things? 35 miles. And this is a guided weapon. We're going to launch you as a group 2, and we're going to try to attack these ships here with these Greek planes. More vampires? Yeah, we kind of know that. Okay, at least you've targeted this guy with your last missile here. Well, I say that, but you've got at least a couple of Sidewinders too. So, I want to allocate as many Sidewinders to you as we can. At least 4, you know what? Let's put the Sidewinders on target if we can. I don't like to fight with Sidewinders. It basically means you've given up on beyond visual range fighting anyway. But you know what? It's something that you can do. Also, trying to get to low altitude. Okay, did shoot down that airplane there. That's nice. Do you know what? I don't know whether... Yes, great. Okay. Guys, I know you're basically run out of ammunition, but let's try to run over here, and maybe, since we are over here anyway, let's do target these missiles that are coming against the Ukrainians with some Sidewinders. It's the least that we can do, and by that I literally mean it's the least that we can do. It's very little. It doesn't bode too well for us, and I'm not entirely sure that we actually are going to be able to intercept here. Maybe if we go to afterburner speed, yeah, I think you do have the fuel to do that, so that's going to be alright. Okay, we are targeting these fences too. All of these vampires are going to be a problem for a later date. These guys are actually returning to base, which is interesting. Things down here are fine-ish. We've got these harm missiles. Are you guys emitting anything? Let's go to the contact report here. Yeah, you are running with active radar. So you're going to be able to find us fairly well. How about you guys? You are not. Now, you're not really the main target here for our harm missiles. But let's have you go at it anyway. And then we're going to launch you guys here as a group. And you guys can actually try to target them. Or apparently not. Not sure why not. Let's come to the north here anyway. Right, you guys are doing fine. Let's dive down to sort of a more medium altitude, because I don't want to be targeted by the Crimea Peninsula here. Okay, you guys are doing fine over here. Let's bring you slightly further along this route. And we're going to be able to, hopefully going to be able to intercept them there. We also might want to target this fencer there, but let's see. These guys are fast. No, they are way too fast. We're not going to be able to take them out. That's the thing here. The Russian missiles are so incredibly fast. They're very, very difficult to intercept. They are extremely difficult to intercept. What did we spot over here? Couldn't see it. Oh, there. That's another vampire. It's another anti-shipping missile. Jesus. Okay, guys, fly over there. And let's try to take out the SU-24 Fencer here. Since we are here anyway, I mean... We don't need to target these missiles anymore. Right, there we go. What altitude are you? You're coming low, so that's good. Yeah, more missiles. That's a lot of missiles. Come on, you're at 12,000 feet. And more missiles over here. These guys are also going to go against our ships. I think we might very well be overwhelmed here. If we are, we're going to try to launch off all of our missile stocks before we are being targeted, but it might be difficult. Come on, guys. Maybe go to medium altitude. Try to be on the same altitude as these guys. Yeah, there we go. That's a couple of sidewinders. Right onto them, please. Military speed should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And that's it. I know that was a tough fight for you, so you guys can return to base now, please. Yeah, you're doing that. Good. Okay, some of these missiles are being shot down. That's good. We are barely standing our ground here on some of these places, and we've unfortunately not managed to save the Ukrainian fleet, which is another downside. How are we looking over here? You guys do still have a lot of fuel. You guys are now refueling, so that's nice to see. But you still only have around 300 miles to bingo fuel. So basically you can get over here and then you're going to return immediately. Yeah, these Gripens really not good enough, I think. You guys, what are you guys doing? You guys are returning over there. That's okay. You guys are presumably landing. Bingo and shotgun. Yeah, you guys are all landing. That's okay. We've got the airborne early warning. That's okay too. I think we can bring that a little bit closer towards... yeah, Ukraine itself. Maybe not that close. We don't want to be shot down by surface to air missiles. But that's alright. You guys are still ways away. There, we've got the Greeks. Let's bring them forward. So you are the anti-air missiles. We're going to bring you over there because that has been a fairly important area. And you guys have the spy spots. So let's try to fly over Turkey and then sort of go over there. You should hopefully have that range to deal with that. Yeah, that's underestimating it because you're still going to be raising the altitude to thinner air, and you're also going to get to cruise speed now, which should be a little bit more efficient. So yeah, I think you're going to be able to come over here and target these things. Like that. Good. Interestingly enough, there are some missiles over here. Well, I think these Turkish fighters are flying a little bit too close to the sun there. Well, we've got these MiG-31s. Now, they are dangerous planes. They're fairly modern. Notice that this scenario, of course, is not in the modern day. It's in 2016, so just slightly before today. And at that point, Russia apparently did not really have that many of these planes. So that is interesting to see. You guys do have a little bit of range still, so... oh, you're very low too. Let's try to not do any manual override here. Let's try to bring you towards normal altitudes. That should be okay. That's presumably why you're not being targeted, even you're so close to Crimea here. Yeah, you're raising the altitude now, that's good. Do climb high. Right, and I'm really wondering why we can't target these guys here with our harm missiles. But if that's the case, let's try to get close towards the enemy there. Right, how much range do you have? 70 miles? Yeah. See, that's one of the few things that I can truly remember. So let's try to take out some of these radar installations that are popping up here. Especially the ones on the coast, I think, would be good targets. Mobile. That is presumably some anti-air missiles. So, sorry, anti-shipping missiles. So that's not too bad. So let's try to take out... Why can I not target you? It's weird. Maybe we just need to get closer. Let's try to get within the 70-mile radius, and then maybe we're going to see something. I don't know. Right, we're going to be suffering pretty badly over here. The only good thing in this is, no, this is actually the US ship. So that is not good at all. Blind. Yeah. You're fairly capable at trying to take these guys out. But at some point, one of these is going to get through. And especially this one, this is a very, very tight cluster. So that's going to be hard not to be overwhelmed by that. That's going to be fairly hard. But you know what? I think this is a good place to put in a cut. So, thank you guys for watching at this point. Let's see whether there's any interesting bit that we need to see over here. No, everything is fine. Even the Gripens can presumably make their way over there. The Eurofighters are here at least. We've got a couple of fighters here, a couple of tankers here. That's alright-ish. I think what we're also going to do is we're going to bring this entire refueling mission here a little bit more over Ukraine itself, so that we've got a little bit more staying power there. Probably the Gripens need to refuel on their way back anyway again. So that will extend the range quite a bit. I want to keep the tankers in Ramstein, at least a couple of them, in case I do want to use the UK planes as well. And other than that, I don't think we need to do anything right now. We might send out another U2. And I think we are actually going to use one of our Brimstone Reapers here to try to take out some of these shipping here. Try to take out these Stranglers and get rid of them, hopefully. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and let me know your thoughts about how realistic all of this is and what you think we should do, especially to try to break this Fortress Crimea here. It's really, really difficult with all of the anti-air. You could see whenever we were just close by, and by that I mean like even at Odessa itself, we were being targeted by surface-to-air missiles. Very, very hard. See you around next time, guys. Bye-bye.